Coming up on Fulton Today, financial assistance for single-family homeowners who need to improve the value of their property. We'll tell you who's eligible and how to apply. And a reminder about polling location changes for the primary runoff elections that start next week. Fulton Today is next.
From the Government Center in downtown Atlanta, you're watching Fulton Today with Shania Chavis.
Welcome to Fulton Today, everybody. I'm Shania Chavis. If you need help bringing your home up to federal and county code regulations, listen up. Fulton's Housing and Community Services may be able to assist. The department is accepting applications for rehab assistance for low and moderate income single-family homeowners. Sean Walker is the Community Development Specialist with the Office of Housing and Human Services. Welcome to Fulton Today.
Thank you. Glad to be here.
All right, first things first, tell us who is eligible for this program.
Single-family owner-occupied residents of Fulton County who live outside the city limits of Atlanta, Sandy Springs, Roswell, and John Creek are eligible for assistance under the Housing Rehabilitation Program.
And Sean, who is funding this rehabilitation program?
The Department of Housing and Urban Development gives an annual allocation to Fulton County for the home program, and part of that allocation is used for the Housing Rehabilitation Program.
Can you explain to us what a deferred payment loan is?
A deferred payment loan is actually a loan that is deferred. The payment is, there is no payment made. However, if the homeowner stays in the property for 5 years, the loan is forgiven.
And finally, who is going to do the repairs for the homes?
The Housing Rehabilitation Program have certified contractors who are licensed through the state of Georgia that perform the rehabilitation work on the homes. We go through a bidding process with each home to select the contractor that's going to do the repairs.
Community Development Specialist Sean Walker, great information. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you.
Now, if you need more information on housing rehabilitation assistance, you can call 404-613-7944. The deadline to submit your pre-application is July 31st. Several families getting subsidized housing through Fulton County are excited about their new move. FGTV's Priscilla Ortega tells us how this one program is helping to get families back on their feet.
Shania, more than a dozen families moved here to the newly renovated Regency Park apartment homes. The families we talked to couldn't be happier with the housing help, as well as the educational programs they've received from the Housing and Human Services Department.
We've kind of gone through all of the things in your apartment, so everything's tagged, right?
From housing assistance to parenting classes, families who were living at the villas at the Dome are grateful for the county's help.
Without the program and the resources and the people in the program, a lot of us wouldn't have survived, and I think that a lot of the females out here need to take advantage of the program and the opportunities that the program gives.
Many of the families had lived at the villas at the Dome for about 2 years as part of the county's permanent housing program. They were given furniture and appliances to help them get back on their feet. Now they are moving to a better location.
They will have access to on-site laundry facilities. They will have a swimming pool. There's going to be a playground on the facility, and the apartments are newly renovated, so they're townhomes and in a great location.
The families were notified of the move back in December, so they had plenty of opportunity to check out the new apartments and the area. For many, this is just another small step before they become completely self-sufficient.
My next step out of this program is I'm purchasing a house next year.
Green says because of the budget workshops and counseling programs available with the Housing and Human Services, her dream is now within reach. The family said the move couldn't have gone smoother since the county helped them every step of the way. Reporting in East Point, I'm Priscilla Ortega for FGTV.
Thank you very much, Priscilla. Meanwhile, county residents looking to buy a home or refinance the one they have come together at the Fulton County Government Center. That's where vendors set up shop for the Welcome Home Expo as a part of National Home Ownership Month. Nearly 20 vendors, banks, insurance providers, and home buyer counseling agents were available to offer advice on how to purchase a home and how to keep it.
This event is helping individuals because they can speak directly to the decision makers. They can speak directly to individuals that can influence how they can become a homeowner.
For current homeowners and future home buyers, the information from vendors was invaluable.
It's very beneficial because I did have credit issues, and they told me as opposed to just paying off old debt, I can do something that's called credit restoration that will alleviate the debt that no one has told me about before. So that's a positive thing.
The county offers a number of housing-related programs, from housing counseling to down payment assistance. To get more information, call 404-613-7944. Voters go back to the polls next week for the primary runoff elections, and some citizens may have a new location to cast their ballot. 8 schools and 1 church that served as polling locations have changed.
We were notified that a number of schools were going to undergo renovations this summer, and the school districts preferred that we not use those locations as polling locations. And in another instance, for legal reasons, one of the polling places had to be changed.
Letters have been sent out notifying voters of these polling location changes. New locations include East Point, Atlanta, Johns Creek, South County, and Sandy Springs.
If somebody voted in the Republican primary, they have to vote in the Republican primary runoff election, and vice versa for the Democratic election. If the voter voted nonpartisan in the nonpartisan races, they can then choose in the runoff to vote either Democrat or Republican.
Again, you must vote at your precinct on Election Day. Now, if you registered before the April 21st deadline, you are eligible to vote in the July 22nd election, even if you did not vote in the May 20th primary. Polls will be open from 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. For more information, contact the Registration and Elections Office. Students attending the Junior Deputy Clerk program get hands-on experience in television production. The high school students took on the roles of anchors,
Thanks for joining us. We'll see you next time.
reporters, camera operators, directors, and audio crew members. They quickly learned the importance of teamwork in a television environment.
The entire experience really helped me. I love it a lot. I'm going to come back next year, and I think a lot of other people should do it. It's very informational, and I love that I learned more stuff from it. So.
The Junior Deputy Clerk program helps students get hands-on experience to help prepare them for the workplace, including television.
So it was a big challenge, a lot more work than it looks on TV. And it was a good experience, something I needed to experience firsthand to appreciate it when I watch it.
Now, if you're interested in taking part in the Clerk of Superior Court's Junior Deputy Clerk program, contact Nicholas Cotton at 404-613-4217. And still to come, MARTA celebrates a big anniversary. That story and more in our district by district coverage next.
You're watching Fulton Today.
Fulton helps to celebrate MARTA's milestone anniversary, and a prominent group of civic-minded males is inducted into the Men of Influence Circle. Here's this week's District by District coverage. We begin with Chairman John Eves as he recognizes the 2014 Men of Influence honorees. As a former honoree himself, the District 1 Commissioner joined members of the Atlanta Business League to applaud business owners, professionals, and community and civic leaders who have been placed on the League's coveted Atlanta's Influential Black Men list. During the evening reception, the men took part in an induction ceremony where each was penned for their success and service.
Well, I mean, this is a great honor. I mean, a lot of times we do a lot of things that we're sometimes unsung heroes, but there certainly is a business entity, a viable entity in Fulton County that recognizes good work of elected officials, business people, as well as civic leaders. And so it's just really a great feeling to be recognized and honored.
The Atlanta Business League dedicated this year's Legacy Award to the memory of Dr. Asa G. Hilliard III. To see the full list of honorees, visit atlantabusinessleague.org. District 3 Commissioner Liz Hausman joins community, business, and government officials celebrate the 35th anniversary of the Metro Atlanta Rapid Transit Authority. MARTA recognized its milestone by remembering the way we rode, complete with its 1963 GMC City Slicker Bus number 946. The anniversary event at the Sandy Springs station allowed leaders to reflect on their past and celebrate what's to come.
We had a nice presentation about the history of the system, where we are today, and the exciting future as we work every day to become the international city that we know we can be.
I'm proud to be a part of this celebration. We have so much to celebrate and so much to look forward to in the years to come. MARTA is going to be an intricate part of the growth of the county and the city.
35 years ago, we had a number of employees who are still here now, who rode those first few buses, took those first few trains, and guided MARTA on what has now been a great 4 new decades.
MARTA's CEO laid out the system's 3 big upcoming projects, including rail expansions and a website upgrade. In District 5, children get to experience the Aviation Community Cultural Center's first summer camp. The Flight of the Imagination Summer Camp has interactive activities in art, dance, and aviation history. Kids ages 5 to 12 are learning about physics in a fun way.
Our anticipation this year is going to be between 25 to 30 kids, just to get our feet wet, just to get things started here at the Cultural Center, and then we'll increase our numbers next year.
I've learned how to Mod Pod things, and it's just been a very fun experience. This is my first time ever coming to this camp, and so far I like it.
The Flight of the Imagination Summer Camp runs through August 1st. To get more information, visit the Arts and Culture website at fultonarts.org. And finally, in District 7, mark your calendars for National Night Out. National Night Out is an annual crime and drug prevention event. Each year, the Fulton County Police Department shares information with residents about ways to form partnerships to help make their neighborhoods safe places to live, work, and play. This year's event will be on Tuesday, August 5th, from 6 to 8 p.m. at the 112 Megaplex, located at 5495 Old National Highway in College Park. And when we come back, important immunization information before your child heads back to school. Stay with us.
You're watching Fulton Today.
Well, it's already time to start thinking about getting your children immunized before they head back to class. But don't worry, the county has an affordable and easy way to get it done. FGTV's Lynn Vaughn has the story.
School will be back in session before you know it, so that means it's time to get students vaccinated.
Every year we have a back-to-school rush, immunization rush event to help parents get their kids vaccinated.
The director of Fulton Health and Wellness, Dr. Patrice Harris, says the annual back-to-school immunization rush event is convenient, affordable, and helps protect children.
There are about 12 to 13 vaccines that we give, and these vaccines prevent illnesses such as diphtheria, tetanus, pertussis, measles, mumps, rubella, German measles. We also give vaccines that prevent those deadly bacteria that can lead to meningitis.
The cost of the vaccinations will depend on your income, so bring proof of income and an insurance card if you have one. Dr. Harris says despite some modern-day myths and rumors to the contrary, vaccinations are important and safe.
And it's very important for people to get immunized. There have been recently, maybe over the last several years, some controversy and actually some inaccurate information about side effects of vaccines. And so folks need to know that it's important. These vaccines prevent serious disease and sometimes death.
The vaccinations will be offered from July 28th through August 15th at these clinic locations: the Adamsville and College Park Regional Health Centers and the North Fulton Regional Health Center in Alpharetta. No need for an appointment. Come in any time during the 3-week period, Monday through Friday from 8:30 a.m. to 3:30 p.m. Reporting for FGTV, I'm Lynn Vaughn.
A new campaign is warning diabetics about the dangers of foot complications. Local podiatrists are taking part in the Don't Let Diabetes Knock You Off Your Feet campaign. The doctors are a part of the Diabetes Community Action Coalition of Fulton County. The campaign reminds diabetics to check their feet for numbness or tingling, which could be a sign of a major health concern.
So 60 to 70% of those who have diabetes will eventually be affected with this issue, which is nerve damage. They will not be able to feel when they're having problems with their feet because oftentimes their feet will go numb.
A diabetic should be evaluating their feet every day. First of all, if someone has diabetes, they should have their feet professionally examined at least once a year.
The complications can lead to amputations. Every year, about 3,000 diabetics in Georgia lose their lower limbs. The coalition says you can lower your risk by not smoking, checking your feet for sores, blisters every day, and keeping your blood glucose level under control. Now, for more information, you can call 740-807-1054. Children have access to free dental screenings not by going to the dentist, but rather by simply going to the library. The Colgate Bright Smiles, Bright Future dental van made a stop at the West End branch. Inside, the children learned about oral health and received a free toothbrush.
We start by teaching the kids the proper way of brushing, why it's important to eat healthy snacks, and why it's important to build a strong relationship with a dentist early on.
I learned before you go to bed, always brush your teeth, and you gotta brush your tongue and go under and over stuff.
According to the Center for Pediatric Dentistry, tooth decay and cavities can be avoided if children receive regular checkups starting at age 1. And still to come, so how does eating and science go together? Some kids find out. We'll take you there when we come back.
You're watching Fulton Today.
Well, this summer, drinks and snacks become an educational tool for children. The Edible Science Workshop at the Alpharetta Branch Library taught children some fun science experiments with food. The event was part of the library system's Fizz Boom Read program, which encourages children to read and teaches them about all things related to science.
Oh, what I learned is you can put so many different kinds of things in a bottle or with carbon dioxide, and you can, it just makes magic, so you can do whatever you want with it.
Food is just not like eating, it's like about experimenting too.
The Edible Science presentation was a part of the Fizz Boom Read program that runs until August 1st. The library encourages children to read throughout the summer because it helps them retain skills they learned during the school year. You can sign up for Fizz Boom Read at any library branch. And finally, the county's popular concert venue fills the air with music once again. The Wolf Creek Amphitheater's Old School Concert Series continued with headliner Keith Sweat.
I came to see Keith Sweat because I'm a baby of the 80s, and I love Keith Sweat. Keith Sweat's song, Make It Last Forever, came out when I was a senior in high school.
Bobby V, Total, and Dana Dane also took the stage. Concert goers enjoyed the music well into the night and then saw a free fireworks show. The free parking and the fact that you can bring your own food and drinks are another reason why the Wolf Creek Amphitheater continues to bring in the large crowds. The next concert is July 26th with MC Hammer, the original P-Funk, and Sugar Hill Gang. For more information, go to wolfcreekamphitheater.com. And before we go, our reminder that we'd like to hear from you about the stories and programs right here on FGTV. Go to our website to take a survey or email us. The address is fgtv.feedback@fultoncountyga.gov. You can also follow us on twitter.com/FGTV and find us on Facebook. Well, that does it for this edition of Fulton Today. I'm Shania Chavis. Thank you for joining us. Join us each week for news around and about Fulton County.